All right, so good to get back out there. Once again, a lot of new faces in our portal world that we live in. Also, again, a lot of new coaches. So a lot to work on there of getting everybody situated, everybody together. But, this will be good to go watch this film and see these guys run around today. I'm sure quarterback questions, all the guys practiced today and rotated in there. So all looked good. So we're excited about, I feel like there's a lot of similarities to last year and a lot of, last year was the quarterback replacement, but a lot of pieces. You have a lot of new pieces in here this year, to look at and to figure out, and a brand new defensive scheme to work them into as well.
Oh, that just motivated us to go way harder off season, spring ball, to come out way stronger next season, for sure.
Not really, honestly. I looking a little bit more muscular, maybe because I'm losing body fat. So that's kind of been the main goal in this off season. Is kind of just not slimming down, but just tightening up.
I just see it being very competitive. I think Jackson, we actually have been allowed to throw with them, which is a newer rule, I think, in the last year or two, before the break, before we weren't allowed to do that with the ball. And so I think Jackson is throwing really well. I actually was out in California. He happened to be at the same place as Knox throwing, and his dad was out there and commented on that it looks like, at the end of last season and the first year playing so much, to have some time to recover. He's gotten stronger and has looked really good and much improved. So that's exciting. Spencer was a little limited in throwing initially with a previous injury, but he was out there today taking reps. So excited for all three guys. Much different than where we were a year ago, in my opinion, as far as depth, quality in the room.
I wouldn't know specifically, but I would just say finishing games. I would just say finishing.
I mean, yeah, that's something we live with every day. Something we talk about often. You want to, forget and move on and just focus on what's next and next play. But it's good to, process those feelings and try to use them to just go into the next season and go harder and just have more attention to detail and kind of just keep things together down the stretch.
I think it's really big, very different scheme than what we played before, and so as well as some new pieces and some guys injured and some guys limited in what they're doing, and again, new coaches. He's not just Pete, so a lot of work to do there, and we've seen the system work really well at a lot of places, and now we just got to get our guys to learn it. I mean, our evaluations, usually comes down to timing, accuracy, and decision making are three things that forever we've kind of looked at. But we got a long time, spring and fall, to figure it out and let guys play. And the goal is to improve depth of every room that you have, and that's when you become a really good team. I think that if there was some rating of quality of the room, I would certainly think that room's improved from where it was a year ago. So basically to have two returning starting quarterbacks and a very high profile recruit in there that redshirted last year is really good and a lot different than once Luke decided to transfer, where the room was, especially as you look at basically around the bowl game time. Yeah, I feel like we're in a similar situation, probably not as many impact players, I feel like maybe this time a year ago that I thought there were going to be, even though it doesn't always pan out the way you think it's going to. And there were a couple guys specifically that I thought would have had bigger roles than they ended up performing last year. So there'll be a lot of new faces and new names, and that's very challenging. It's challenging when your staff turns over. strength coach and Wilson leaving was a very big challenge because that's your off season where a lot of that develops. So Coach Savage being here again helps that transition. That was a very big concern of mine, of not just all the coordinators changing a year ago, but the strength coach changing. So I think that does help that.